Ich gehöre längst nicht mehr zur Welt der Sterblichen. Ich fürchte hier nichts und niemanden. Willst du wissen, wer ich bin? Ich bin Vegeta!
Hello guys, Mr. Shockwave King here, back once again. And yes, you saw the title of the video, what awaits the great Takamura? The great Takamura, the pride and hope of Japan throughout boxing. Don't worry, Coach Koagama, I will be there always. The great Takamura Mamaru, the golden hawk of Japan. What awaits the great Takamura in heavyweight? This is a topic that's not really discussed too much, but it's one of those things I did want to bring up because it is an actual true question of what awaits the great Takamura. Now let's think, I don't know how people expect Takamura to do at heavyweight, but in my personal opinion, I've always believed in a certain way that when it refers to the great Takamura reaching heavyweight, I personally believe that he will falter. I don't believe that he'll make it through heavyweight unscathed. It's just one of those things where it's just like, I just don't personally see it happen. I personally believe that he will conquer and dominate 5 weight classes. That's confirmed. That's an outright fact. But in my opinion, he is not. I do repeat, he is not conquering heavyweight. And the thing is just heavyweight is not like any other weight class. There's a reason why the pound for pound is every single thing under heavyweight, and that's because the greatest lesson that Takamura will learn, the greatest animal that will always await Takamura, this is not a fighter, but the greatest thing that's awaiting Takamura is quite simply just the fact that Takamura won't be the hardest puncher anymore. He won't. He'll run into an animal that hits harder than him. And the thing is, the biggest thing that awaits Takamura besides from that, aside from the fact that Takamura will finally be at his natural weight class is pretty much the simple fact of all the thing it takes is one punch. I'm sorry, Takamura won't be one punch man like he used to be. That's not gonna happen. Nah, that's not happening. Because heavyweight is a totally different division. All it takes is one good punch. All it takes is one good 1, 2, 3, 4 piece combination, and you're done for. Most definitely one single punch. Takamura won't be one-shotting people like he usually is. I'm not saying that Takamura can't pull up a Mike Tyson and one-shot somebody in round 1. I'm not saying that won't happen ever. But he realized with some of them champions in heavyweight, especially with especially trying to become like a unified champion, but it's a different breed. It's a different set of monster. Just having punching power and just some alright speed won't be good enough anymore. Taking them fake right left them fake long hooks that he was taking from Richard Bison in heavyweight, that would tear his wig completely off his scalp. This is not a game. This is not a joke in heavyweight. No one plays around in the heavyweight division. It's no more games. It's not one of those things where I don't believe that Takamura can take the heat. It's one of those things is just, will the coach be alive by that time? Because if he is, I believe Takamura can make it. If he's not, then Takamura's going to have some problems. Because just Takamura, to a certain degree, has been basically, to a certain way, the coach is pretty much Takamura's surrogate father. He's basically his pappy, because pretty much his family, pretty much everybody who knows Hajiri Ippo, pretty much Takamura was abandoned by his father, and his brother just came around for that one single time and had nothing else to do with him. And we don't know about the little brother and mid sister, but pretty sure they have a close relationship to Takamura then. I believe like it's the older brother Takamura, the mid sister, and then the younger brother. So I'm pretty sure Takamura talks to them personally, and like there's no reason to really have him on screen beside you want to just joke around Takamura and just have some good old times and have Aoki brother and have Takamura's brother come back and not want to shake Aoki's hand because the thing he do is spend all his time beating his meat in his pocket, playing pocket pool. He is the great Takamura after all. He is the great Takamura, but it's just, and when it awaits Takamura at heavyweight, it'll be no longer a game. Takamura can no longer just take punching anymore. He won't be able to pull out that same thing he did against David Eagle. It's not impossible, but the punches that he'd be taking, it's a lot different. The sizes of the opponents will be a lot different. And sure, Richard Bison is pretty tall for a 6-foot person in the middleweight class, but especially George from the base off the current day heavyweight went about 6'5", 6'7", 6'9". Are you serious? Takamura's on like 6'1" or 2. These are some actual monsters out here. So it all depends. It all depends. But I personally don't believe that Takamura would do well inside the weight class. Because I do believe by that point, at that moment in time, I do believe the coach would be dead. It's messed up, but I don't think Takamura would be able to accomplish that really. Maybe he gets one belt, but that's all I personally see. I don't see anything else beyond one belt personally. It is messed up, but it's not one of those things where I'm trying to ruin somebody's expectation or believe that Takamura can't do it. It's one of those things where just like, let's be honest, the coach only got a good 20 years at max. Alright, usually when people hit 100, they die. Depending on what part of the country you're in, or what country you're in, how's your diet, and how this and that. Usually people die around that age. Usually. And there's only so long your body can keep up. I'm not saying it'll be one of those things where the coach knowingly wants to die, or he'll get sick and get ill. It could be quite simply, one chapter the coach is alive, the next chapter he's dead. Not cool in the fact it's just like, there's a lot of factors that go into it. A lot of factors. The promotion, everything is different. Everything is different at heavyweight. The punches are more explosive. The styles are a lot different. You get multiple different better types. Especially the fact that we have an aspect, the best thing that be happening for Takamura, there'll be no more weight limit. So, sure, like his natural weight could be like 195. I think it says his natural weight is like 195. He'll be at least be able to put on 5 extra pounds and not have to worry about it. But then again, you got people in heavyweight who's like 250 solid and 230 solid. So even then, Takamura would be a small heavyweight and technically still be a cruiserweight moving in the heavyweight division. So like this. Some people would be like, oh, Alexander Usyk could do it. If people got hope that Alexander Usyk could do it. When I see Alexander Usyk beat Chisora, then I say he can easily do it. Until then, I've seen happens that. But for Takamura, I do believe he could do it. I do believe that he could make it. But it depends, in my opinion, if the coach is still alive or not. I believe personally that Ipo can survive without the coach, in my personal opinion. But for Takamura, it's just the rise of Takamura is so linked and connected to the coach, and the fact that the main, especially how you be talking to Ipo, how it's just like, don't get him all hyped up on the side like that. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know, like he getting up there in age. Don't cite him on promises that you can't keep up. It's like no one cares about the coach more than Takamura. But you say, what about Ipo? No, that's a different breed. Now that's not the same. And sure, Korogama confirmed that they both his surrogate sons, but Takamura literally had a chapter based around the entire premise. The relationship between Takamura and coach is a different thing at all. Because we've never seen Takamura's father. Or it's never mentioned. Matter of fact, you can argue that the only person's father we have not seen with the main Korogama crew is Takamura, which is sad. And it's just like, if Takamura was to like lose per se, and say this and that, where would he go? What would he do? I don't know. I don't think he'd immediately go back to his friends, but it's just here. All I gotta say is pretty much the sum of this video is just heavyweight. It's a different breed, and it's not the fact I don't think Takamura cannot survive it. It's just one of those things where I think Takamura will have some problems if the coach is not there, because it's not the same thing. The relationship with a bond is totally different. But let's say the coach is there. We still got some monsters here. There's no weight limit. There is no height limit. There is no weight control. Unless somebody just do some bad conditioning. That's pretty much the only way that you can get an advantage. It is just like you would be going to get some actual monsters who are bigger than you, who are taller than you. And it's just like, it's not the same after that. It's not the same. Because I don't think we ever seen Takamura actually go against somebody who's actually taller than him. But he went against middleweights and junior middleweights, yeah, when he could still fit in the weight class. But even then, at a lower weight, his punching power is better than most, since he's not supposed to be in that class. And I'm including the fact that even though he got to lose all that weight during the weigh-in, we don't know how many pounds he's actually packing in. There is no way Takamura is actually 154 against Brian Hawk. Nah, that's impossible. That's not happening. I'm not believing that for a second. There was no way he was 154 going against Brian Hawk. Nah. I'm not believing that. Nah. Especially at his height and in his natural size. Nah. He put on like a good 20, 30 pounds just in one day. That's all it takes. Cause when you that deprived of nutrients, it depends. Because the human body is a very strange thing. How it packs on weight and everything else. Question what people want to trade flesh for cybernetics, but not my life. But yeah, a lot can happen. A lot of things can happen, and it just I don't. That's like not for to act like it's gonna be easy with Takamura. It's never been. Well, besides from a few fights when you get one shot at some guys, and some of those fights with Takamura were just doing mediocre because it depends. Because Richard Bison was putting up a fight, then Takamura started winning, and then he started losing. But it's a whole different ball game in heavyweight. What I'm trying to say is just there's nothing good that is coming from heavyweight that Takamura. There's nothing that Takamura can't take, in my opinion. He's the great Takamura. He's a pride of Japan. He cannot falter. Besides from an emotional and mental level. If somebody was to attack that, then Takamura has a problem. Like a very serious problem. But, cause like seriously, when Brian Hawk smacked the coach, and shit, Takamura gave Brian Hawk a beating, but it's not the same if like the coach would get actually seriously hurt. That's different. Takamura murdered somebody, but then again you gotta say the positive. Another thing that weighs Takamura, just like that extra weight will increase his punching power before it was before. And there's no weight limit. He'd be able to purely focus on his boxing and everything else. So it just there's a good with every bad. Besides from my scenario, there's a good with every single bad. So who knows? I'd like to know what you guys think of what awaits Takamura at the heavyweight division. Those are just some of my opinions and my discussion on the topics. But it'd be Boom with Sharp King. I'll know what you guys think, Peace.